live check-in. We have not done one of these before, but we're doing this just if you are new here. I am Crystal Nicole, and welcome to She Will Not Fail's YouTube channel. I am coming on to do a Fear Not Friday check-in because this year at conference with She Will Not Fail Global, our theme or our focus for the year is Fear Not. And so I'm coming to do a check-in because are you fearing or are you fearing not? I know it's Juneteenth. I hope you're celebrating. I hope you're great. However, me and the Lord had a deal for today. I was going to go live on YouTube and I was going to do a Fear Not Friday check-in just to see how you doing, how you coming along. If you're like, ooh, this kind of makes sense, but I'm not exactly sure, back information. Again, this year for 2026, our annual conference, our focus for the year, our theme for conference was Fear Not, but we understand it to be our focus for the year. And so whether it is a specific area in your life where you need to determine and decide within yourself that I'm going to fear not, I'm going to fear not as it relates to who God says I am, I'm going to fear not as it relates to what God has called me into doing, or I'm going to fear not in my finances, I'm going to fear not as it relates to a relationship, I'm going to fear not as it relates to having children. Whatever your thing is, whatever your area is where fear has crept in and tried to kind of choke out what God has said or to choke out the word of God regarding your life in that particular area, that's for you to pray and ask the Lord, what areas have I allowed fear to come in and just run amok? What areas have I allowed fear to come in and tell me what to believe and how to govern myself? And so today we're just doing a quick check-in, but I'm going to give you some Bible because I think that's important. I'm going to give you some Bible again because I think that is very important. Isaiah 41:10 says this. I'm reading in the Holman Christian Standard Bible, but it says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will hold on to you, my righteous right hand." And I would encourage you truthfully to go back to verse 1 and read all the way to verse 10 so that you understand why Isaiah is saying this right here. Now, as we continue to do these Fear Not Friday check-ins, we'll have a little more dialogue going, and so you'll be able to ask questions and things like that. This really is just an introduction. But if you're watching it live or if you're watching the replay, make sure that you make sure you share this with somebody, because really it's just a reminder. We have made our way. It's June 19th. So we are right here, kind of in that middle ground. And so we have a decision to make. We have a lot of year left. And we have a decision to make. Are we going to allow fear to keep us from moving in the things that we desire in life? Or are we going to be intentional enough to say, hey, this is an area. Hey, y'all. This is an area where I've just not been showing up. This is an area where I found myself shrinking. This is an area, hey, Ariel, this is an area where I'm just not putting my best foot forward. I'm not believing what God has to say about me, and my behavior is proof of that. So this is your reminder. We're at the midway point of the year. It's very much of what you're going to do. Are you going to be intentional with the time that you have left? Because you have plenty of time. You have plenty of time. Whatever it is that's on your heart to accomplish, whatever is on your heart, the things that God has said to you that you're supposed to be doing, you have plenty of time to tap in and say, you know what? I really can accomplish. I really can do these things. I prayed about it. I've given it to the Lord. He gave me instruction and I would move, but I'm afraid. You got a lot of options here. Okay, you got a lot of options and you also have support. And so here are your options. Your options are to stay scared. Speed slow, please. I don't know what that means. Sando, I'm not sure what that means. Break it down, help me out. But you have a lot of options here. You can either say, you know what? Okay. For the first 6 months, I knew what I was supposed to be doing and I didn't do it. I'm gonna just wait till next year and start at the top of the year. That's an option. I don't recommend. I don't think it's a good option at all. I don't recommend that in the least bit. But you also have other options. And one of those other options is to say, okay, I've been clear for the first 5.5 months of the year. I've known pretty much what I'm supposed to be doing. Can't say I've been consistent, but I still have 6 months left in the year, 6.5 months technically, still left in the year. I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to believe God, but I'm not going to just believe him and hope for the best. I'm going to work like I believe. And so my admonishment to you out of those two options is to choose the latter. Make a decision. It doesn't mean that you just aren't ever afraid, or you're never concerned, or you're never like, ooh, I just don't know. Sometimes you will be, but it's okay. It's okay to put one foot in front of the other. And sometimes you have to just remind yourself, I have nothing to fear. There's a quote. So I'm a big Hunger Games girly. Hey, cat girl. I'm a real big Hunger Games girly, and there is a quote in the book. We don't see it depicted in the movie, but in the book, Seneca Crane says, "We suffer most in imagination." We suffer most in imagination. Here's what I mean by that, and here's what the quote means. Oftentimes we are so afraid to put one foot forward. We're so afraid to go after the next thing that we just won't even try. We won't even show up. But it's a majority of the fear that we're experiencing while we feel it in our physical bodies. A lot of it's just in our minds. We have decided it's going to be terrible. It's not going to work out. They're not going to support me. Nobody wants this. And the whole time God is like, but I created you specifically for that thing. I created you to have the impact that you're going to have. I need you to just walk it out. I need you to trust me. And so we don't wake up one day just trusting God. It's something that happens bit by bit, experience by experience, encounter by encounter, try by try. And so today I just encourage you for this Fear Not Friday check-in. I encourage you to try God again. The idea he gave you, the business he told you to start, the book he told you to write, the devotional he told you to start crafting, the planner he told you to put together, the devotional, the Bible study, the prayer call, whatever it is that he told you to do, the business, consulting, coaching, whatever it is, if he told you to start a daycare, go do it. If he told you to start some other company, or if he told you to just be consistent with your prayer time, be consistent with reading, be consistent with leaning in to learn him more and to learn him better, try him again. And so today I come on just to quickly give you just a quick word of encouragement. And I want you to know nothing is impossible to them who believe God. Like, if you just believe him, like, there's nothing that's impossible to you. Does that mean you could decide to walk outside your house and just be on the moon tomorrow? No, I'm not saying that. We know within reason, we know within wisdom. And also the things that we're afraid to walk in because we're just not sure, God says, go after it. It's time. Go after it. It's time. But listen, I told y'all it's going to be short and sweet today. Sorry, I just knocked something over. But it's going to be short and sweet today. Again, I know it's Juneteenth. I know we're celebrating. I know we're excited. Hey, Russia. Welcome to the party. I hope you are fearing not all the way in Russia. Thank you for hopping in and telling me where you were tuning in from. I appreciate that. You got a choice. You going to fear or you going to fear not? In addition to having choices, you have support. So ladies, we have a community called She Will Not Fail. On social media, Instagram and YouTube, it's She Will Not Fail Global, as you can see. But we do monthly prayer calls, monthly Bible study. We do a weekly prayer call as well. You have support. You will have encouragement, biblically sound word brought to you, but also just the love that we have one for another and supporting each other. So I encourage you to get locked in. If you have local community where you are, get locked in. Don't try to do this thing alone, because it is in isolation that the enemy will try to whisper foolishness into our ears and convince us not to go after what God has put us here to do. And so I just encourage you to lock in. We got plenty of time to still do what God said do. And when I say we have plenty of time, I'm saying that because I don't want you to wait until January gets here to take it serious. You have time to take it serious now. What I don't want you to think I'm saying is that you have all the time in the world to move in what you should be doing. We don't know what tomorrow necessarily holds. We don't know what next week is going to look like. But I encourage you to at least have it on record. God, I'm trying. God, I'm doing the research. And not like I've been doing the research for 10 years, but I'm doing the research actively so I can start moving in what you've assigned me to do. So I love y'all. And I hope that you have an amazing, amazing day and an amazing weekend. If you've not tapped in with any of our content, definitely head over to some of our lives and some of our videos that have been put out and check those out, especially the Fear Not Friday series, which this is a part of. I love y'all. Have a great weekend. See ya.